Welcome to today's live. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you watch this entire thing because it's going to be action-packed with things that you can do to help build your business. Hope you had an amazing Easter with your family yesterday. So glad that I'm on here. If this is your very first time to this live, every single Monday, I try my best to come on and help notaries from around this country build their notary loan signing agent business. You do not need to be a loan signing system student. All you got to do is be a notary who needs a question answered. Jump on and I'll answer anything. You do not have to be part of loan signing system. I do this every Monday as a free value add to the entire notary community because I support every single one of you. A rising tide lifts all ships.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. You hear my background?
Yeah, tell everybody where you're from and let's have a conversation.
Well, I'm from Forney, Texas.
Love it.
I just got my notification today that my LLC is live.
Love it.
So I can start doing things. And I'm anxious. I'm actually nursing a broken foot right now, so I can't get out and do anything. But I'll be ready whenever it's all healed.
Love it.
I do have a question today.
Please go.
I was looking at the training yesterday for the that you were saying about it might have been a pre-recorded one about joining the NNA and whether you want to do an LLC or an S Corp or whatever. So when I first started with your program a few weeks ago, I went ahead and I joined with the AAN and I got my insurance and everything through there. So is it necessary for me to also do the NNA, or is the AAN also very recognized? And also, I opted for the $100,000 insurance.
Good.
Which they provided. So I guess I can assume that it's the right kind of insurance. Those are the questions that I have.
So let me kind of start, let me unpack everything you asked. The first thing you said that I want to coach on is, Mark, I got a broken foot. I'm laid up. Just for the record, I tore my Achilles about 2 years ago. So girl, I know what it's like to hobble. I feel you. I feel the pain, but you're going to get through this. So what I want to make sure that I teach you right now and everybody, it's business is all about being efficient with your time. So what can you do when you're down that you can't do face-to-face marketing? Well, you can start researching networking opportunities in Texas where you're at. You can start making lists of all the escrow offices, title offices near you, create a Google Doc, phone numbers, location, people who work there. So there's so many things you can do to make sure that when you are ready with your foot, because here's what happens too often to new students. They're like, Mark, I'm ready to hit the road, hit the pavement. And now they're doing all the things that they could have done when they were laid up, then preventing them from hitting the ground running. So girl, you should be making spreadsheets. You should be making spreadsheets of networking events, realtors, lenders, escrow offices, title offices now. It's about using, so when your foot is healed, you're now literally hitting the ground running. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you could be signing up with signing services. You could be calling signing services. So want to make sure you get out of your head, I can't do anything, okay? We got to become victors, not victims. And so the victor mentality is, what can I do while my foot is hurt that can build my business? And there is so much marketing you could do. So don't let your foot be an excuse to why you're not building your business. It should be a reason why you're building your business. I'm laid up so I can spend more time on LinkedIn. All you got to do is go on LinkedIn, type in realtors, whatever your city is, and you can start adding all those realtors. You can start messaging all those realtors. And because you're laid up, you're actually having the time to send thoughtful messages, relationship building messages. When I have students who are all just ready gung-ho, they get a little lazy because they're really focused on other things. So use this time to build your business. Do not say, oh, I'm hobbled up and I can't do anything. That's what non-LSS students say. We are like, wow, I can't go out and do on the ground marketing, but there's so many more things I can do. So this injury is freeing you up to do some of the more tedious at home stuff that no one likes to do, that you want to marry when you're ready to go out and get the field. Does that make sense? Okay. So make sure we turn the mindset around and go out and start building the things you need to build. So when your foot's ready, you already have a list. Maybe you take you have a map and you're like, these are all the title companies within 5 miles. These are all title companies within 10 miles, all the title companies within 30 miles, and start figuring out all the game and strategy behind marketing to these clients. And by the way, email marketing isn't the most efficient, but it does work. So
Yeah.
maybe because you are injured, you're taking time to build out an email marketing campaign. So remember, take advantage of the time. Don't see it as, oh my gosh, I'm hurt, versus I got all this time. So what can I do now to help build my business? Does
Right.
that make sense? Okay, good. So the AAN versus NNA. The only thing you have to have from the NNA is their signing certification. Have to have it. The AAN does not have a signing certification you should be spending any money on. Now, who you get your notary commission with, who you join a notary association with, I'm impartial. The NNA is a friend of LSS, but I'm actually impartial whether it's AAN or NNA. But you should have the NNA signing agent certification, 100%.
Now,
And the
through the AAN that was a
don't,
notary.
don't. So let me say it again. The signing agent certification should come from the NNA.
Okay.
Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Who you got your notary commission with doesn't matter. But
Okay.
NNA signing agent certification, I recommend all my students getting. Now, it's not going to teach you how to market your business, how to go through loan docs, but it is something that I do recommend.
Right.
Okay. The AAN, you should not be paying any money to the AAN for a signing agent training or certification. And frankly, do not pay for the NNA signing agent training. You already have the best training. Just the $80 for the signing agent certification. Make sense?
Okay. And that's the one that includes the background check?
That's correct. And that's when click the link through my course to get that. Now,
is that the 50% off, or is it?
No, that's the NNA membership, which I'm impartial to. But the NNA certification is $80, includes the background check, the secondary background check. Okay. Now, the $100,000 E&O insurance, you are perfect with that. No need to buy anything else.
Okay.
Did I help?
Good. Yes.
All right.
As you did.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to end with this. There's a little hack, okay? Hope everybody's listening. So when you're building out your spreadsheet of all the title companies within 60 miles, when your foot is better, start with the title companies that are 60 miles away, because what happens if you stumble, you get a little nervous. So what happens a lot of times is the new signing agents will start with the title companies 2 miles from the house, but they bomb. You want to bomb with the ones farther away, and then as you get better with your pitch, you utilize the ones closer to you. Does that coaching make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to build out the escrow title office list, and then the ones that are farthest away, those are who you talk to first. Knowing that you're going to be nervous, knowing that you may mess up on the script. But again, that is just practice. And as you get better with the script, you start moving closer to your home base. That
Perfect.
coaching makes sense?
Absolutely.
All right, girl, let's go get them. Let's go. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, what a great conversation. Hope everyone got some value out of that. Let's keep it moving. Michael.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
How you been, bro? First off, pull over, be safe.
Yeah, I'm in a parking lot. I'm about to pull into this spot right now, actually.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've heard from you, man. Fill me in. Ask me anything I can help you with.
Man, I know it's been a long time. Actually, I had took a break from the loan signs for a while. I got a full-time job. I work in sales now.
Nice.
So with the commute and everything, it's been kind of hard just to like take signings.
Yep.
But I've been really like wanting to get back into it lately. Yeah. I took like almost a year off, and lately it's been pressed on me. Like I want to get back into it.
Love it.
I'm comfortable talking in the offices. That's not a problem. But I guess I'm just I don't know. It's like something that like holds me back from going into that first office. I know I've had experience and I've been doing this for like years now, but getting back into it's been kind of like difficult for me. So I just wanted to see what kind of advice you had to share.
First off, man, so good to hear from you, dude. Michael's been to conferences, like he's my guy. Yeah. So I'm glad you're back in. And here's the best part about the business, dude. Any business. This is why being a business owner is great. You can get in, get out of the industry, come back. I mean, you're running a business, so I love it. You know, what I would say is this, is you have a little bit of imposter syndrome. And so the way I would coach you out of that is what we tend to do when we go market our business, or we tend to jump back into something. What runs through our mind is all the things that could go wrong. What if they don't like me? What if I can't get a closing? What if I forget what I'm doing? And so my coaching to you is, if you can remember, if you can think about all the things that could go wrong, then you could easily think about all the things that could go right. And that's
Mm.
just what you call it, is a reframe. That's the technical word. It's called a reframe. And so what you want to do is just reframe your thoughts. And so when you have these imposter syndromes, dude, you've done so many closings. You know what you're doing. Those are the thoughts that need to go through your mind versus like, well, I've been out of the business for a year. Maybe there's some new docs that I don't know. Maybe things have changed. You're processing all the things that are really trying to keep you from getting out of your comfort zone. So you need to reframe. So here's my coaching, man. Is
Mm.
remember, our bodies are literally designed to keep us in a comfort zone. Now, I don't want to get too like woo-woo on you, but as human beings, like we literally have always been designed safety first, right? So like we used to have to run away from dinosaurs, and then we have to run away from people trying to hunt us. And
Mm.
so what we've learned and designed as humans is like anytime there's something we don't want to do, we go back in the comfort zone because that means protection. So all you're doing is what your body's supposed to be doing. That's my coaching.
Mm.
So you don't need to feel weird. How come I'm thinking like this? How come I'm like creating all these negative thoughts? And the answer is that's what we're designed to do. So don't beat yourself up is my first coaching. Like what's going through your mind is like human evolution. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So don't feel like, why am I thinking like this? Why do I feel like this? And the answer is it's we're always designed to like keep us in a comfort zone because comfort to us means safety, right? So now that you know that, it's your job to reframe those negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts aren't bad. It's just what keeps us alive, right? So now that you know that, you're like, yo, my mind is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but forget that. I'm going to start thinking these other thoughts. That's called a reframe.
Mm.
So the reframe here is, dude, I've done 400 closings. I was in the business for 3 straight years. I have all this experience. People are going to love me. In fact, I now have a year of sales experience. So I'm going to be a better salesman now than I was a year ago when I didn't have the sales training behind me. So the reframe is just thinking about all the things that could go right versus all the things that could go wrong, because that's what's going through your mind right now. It's all this imposter syndrome. I've been out of the business for a year. What if docs are different? What if they don't like me? What if, again, that's normal behavior. So don't beat yourself up about that. That's what our bodies are supposed to be doing. But your job is understanding the psychology of humans and be like, yo, I got a reframe, dude. And the reframe is forget what my body's trying to do naturally, which is keep me comforted, keep me not going out of my comfort zone. And I got to reframe those thoughts. So the reframe, Mike, is to lean back on all the things you've done for years in the industry. That's the reframe. Because if you can allow that to be your fuel to go into it, that's what you need to like get yourself out of the funk. And it's just you're staying in some of the negative thoughts, which is normal. You just got to reframe those, dog. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah. No, that makes total sense, and I think that's kind of what's been holding me back too. Is just kind of like, since I haven't been doing it for a while, just kind of like those doubtful thoughts. But I have confidence that they'll like me, and I should be good. It was just like a little hesitant to go to that first office,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It's totally normal. By the way, your body, I hope everyone hears what I said. Like, we are designed as humans to stay comforted. Like, we are designed. And the reason why is because comfort used to mean not being eaten by dinosaurs. I'm being dead serious. Like, this is the evolution, right? And so, at any moment when our body senses we're getting out of our comfort zone, it's doing what it's supposed to do.
mm,
It's supposed to keep Mike safe. Like, it's like, yo, I'm sensing nerves in your body, so let me reel you back in so we don't feel nervous, because nervous used to mean we're about to get eaten by a bear. Dead serious. And so as humans, once we feel nervous, they're like, we're supposed to shrink. But that's where the reframe comes in. Does that coaching make sense?
yeah,
You got to be like, yo, this nervousness and why I'm not going in is because my body's just trying to play a trick on me by keeping me safe. And the reframe is like, we're not going to eat by dinosaurs anymore. Like you're
yeah,
not going to die to go inside that building, but your nervous system doesn't know the difference. And so your job of understanding what I just taught you is how you reframe out of those thoughts, because you're nervous. I get it. I get nervous. I mean, every time I get on stage, you've been to a conference, I'm nervous. And so the moment before I get on stage, I'm literally telling myself, my body really thinks I'm going to die on stage, but it's not. And so the reframe is like, I'm going to go out there. My body's just doing what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? And so I still get nervous, man. I just reframe that moment in time.
Got you.
But dude, I'm glad you're back, bro. I'm here if you need anything. The course is still there. Maybe what to help with your reframe a little bit is to go back in the course and just get a refresher.
Yeah.
Be like, oh my God, this is so, I remember everything. Just get your body a little bit more into that comfort zone of like, oh my gosh, this is such cakewalk. This is like, well, it's literally like riding a bike. It's like, you're going to get back in and they'll be like, yo, this is like, I didn't miss a beat. But dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Mike, most notaries don't have the sales training you have that you have the past year. So use that as part of your reframe. Be like, yo, I'm actually more prepared now than I was a year ago because I have a year of sales training under my belt. I have a year of no's. I have a year of refining my process. I have a year of realizing that a no is just a 2-letter word. So like, you're, again, remember when you're coming back in the business, you're not going up against sales professionals. You're going up against notaries who are trying to become sales professionals. But like, dog, you are a bona fide sales professional. So like, get back out in the field and realize you have a leg up on all these notaries trying to become a sales professional. You've been getting paid to be in sales. So like, if anything, if I can help you with is like the leg up you have because of your year of experience.
That's good. I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking
Oh,
too.
let's go get him, man. I'm here if you need me. Do the reframe. You got this, dog. Let's go.
Appreciate it, Mark.
All right, man. Good
You
talking
too.
to you. Man, I hope everybody got something from that conversation. Remember, let me just go into a little random coaching here. It shouldn't be random. This is actually really in depth. The reason we feel nerves as a human species is because when we feel we have something called fight or flight. The moment our nervous system gets riled up, we are designed to either fight the bear or run from the bear. It's fight or flight. So if you understand that when our nervous system has that feeling, the nervous system doesn't know if there's a bear or if there is a person you're trying to get business from. The only thing our body knows is we're nervous. And so at that moment, evolutionary process has taught our bodies to go into a comfort zone, protect ourselves. It's because our bodies don't know if we're literally running from a bear or if we're trying to get business. All it knows is we're nervous. So your job is once you feel those nerves and you feel like you want to go into a shell, your job is to reframe. Your job is to literally tell yourself, hey, I'm not going to die if I walk into that escrow office. I'm not going to die if I'm going to go into the realtor's office. Our nervous system doesn't know that. But because you have coaching and you listen to this training right now, you have to realize your body's doing what it's supposed to do. It's preventing you from going out of your comfort zone. Going out of our comfort zone as a human literally means life or death to the nervous system. It's your job to reframe your nerves. It's your job to be like, hey, body, I'm not going to die. So I'm going to work through this feeling and talk to that real estate agent because you are bigger than your nerves. So you reframe this from this idea that you got to curl up and you got to open up and be like, I got this. Our bodies are designed to keep us safe. This is evolution. Our bodies don't know if it's fight or flight or we're trying to market our business. So it's not fight or flight when you get nervous all the time. There are moments where our body is triggered in fight or flight appropriately. If you're about to get into a car accident, if you're about to cross the street and you see a car, like our body's naturally trying to get us into a hyper state to make the right decision. But when you have those nerves to go market, the hyper state that you need to calm yourself down with is, I'm going to be okay. I know my body is reacting in the way it's supposed to be reacting. And then your job is to be like, oh, got it. I'm not going to die. My body's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I'm going to go in and market my business. If that just landed, put landed in the comments right now. I want to make sure you understand that nerves is what our body is supposed to be doing. Put landed if everything I just coached you on made sense. It's time for you to take back your nerves, take back your senses and be like, I can build this business. Nerves is just something my body is supposed to be doing naturally. So if that landed in the comments right now and let me know that you're going to go market your business. Let's go. How's everybody doing today, man? What a good day. What's up, girl?
Hey, what's going on?
Good,
Happy Monday.
good,
Happy April
good.
Fool's Day. I
I
got
know. I was gonna
through.
play a joke like I'm retiring, but like I don't know if
I
that'd be cool.
was.
Because I am here for the community. Z, you always
There we
come on
go.
giving inspiration. I don't want inspiration today.
I
I
know.
want coaching. What can
All
I do to
right. No
help you with your business?
inspiration.
What can
Got
I
you.
do to
Well,
help you with your
before.
business?
Well, I do. I got a question. See, April
Okay.
Fools. Yeah, but listen, before I do, I got to tell you my update. So I got 7 confirmed title companies since last week. So remember, I was on it for
I hope
3. I got
everybody is
7.
hearing this
So I got to tell
juice
you that.
right
Yep. And
now.
I
Can we
got
get a little
2.
round of applause? I mean,
Thank
nobody
you.
outworks my girl.
And,
Nobody.
and I just got 2 emails while we were on this call. I kid you not. I just said, hey, I'm on a meeting. I'll call you right back. But I'm going to call as
All
soon as
right,
we
hit
hang
me
up.
some
But so I want
questions, girl.
people to
Let's
know.
go.
Yeah, listen. So what I want to do is I want to go and market to the realtors. I notice when they go in, their perceptions, it's different than marketing with them with title. I had a thought to go in and kind of do a little different thing where I go, hey, can I sponsor your meetings? I know they always have to meet. I've gone into 3 realtors that have 40 plus people, and all in my head, I'm like, I can just volume, talk to one, talk to
Right.
many, right? I don't really know. They give you like 5 to 10 minutes, right, to present. I'm stuck. I don't know what to present. I know
Got you.
what I can
Got you.
do,
I
right?
got you. I got
Help
you. I
me.
got you. I got you. So, uh, this is what you say when you market. First off, I love the sponsor. I love the 5 minutes. And what you say when you're in front of them is you may not know the power of having a preferred notary, a notary that you choose, not a notary that the title company assigns.
Mm-hmm.
So here are the benefits of having a preferred notary. What they don't know is the benefits. They've always done it the old school way. Well, see, I'm confused about the title company. So instead of saying this, what a lot of notaries do wrong is they say, did you know you have the power to choose your notary? But it's useless to tell them that they have that power if they don't know why they should have that power.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you do is I want to talk today about the benefits of you having a preferred notary, you choosing the notary you work with instead of letting the title company pick a notary you've never met. Here are the benefits. That's how you start the conversation. They don't even know
Okay.
that. Okay. So what are some of the benefits? Hey, I know that you guys have been working with your buyer for 6 months, sometimes 3 months. I want to continue that relationship. I want you to understand that I'm another member of your team. So if you need me to pick up swag, you need me to pick up congratulation presents, you need to pick up a key that has your name on it, I will do whatever because I want you to be an extension of you at the closing table. Number 3 is like, look, you get business by referral. So I get testimonials for you at the closing table. However that
Mm-hmm.
looks for you, by the way. Do you want me to get a video testimony? Do you want me to get a written testimonial? Do you want me to send you a picture so you can post it on your social media? Remember, I am a benefit to your team. If you just let the title company pick a notary you never met with, you don't get any of those benefits.
Gotcha.
Now,
I'm gonna post when I do this.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
now go in the course, rewatch that realtor video, the realtor training, because your close isn't to get a signing from them. That's not your close. Okay, but I'm going to coach you on that. But let me end with this. Once you've gone through the benefits, 2 to 3 minutes, then you go into, you may not know this, but you can instruct the title company to pick a notary. So that's whether that's me or not, get them off the
Mm-hmm.
defense. This isn't a sales pitch.
Right.
So whether it's me or not, you all should be working with the notary that's part of your team because you have the power to do this. The title company works for you. So if you told the title company, now you're spelling it out for them. This is the second. Well, the problem is a lot of notaries flip the rotation. They go, "Did you know you had the power?" And they're like, "You've lost me on why I should even care." So
Mm-hmm.
you end with coaching them through that they had the power to do so. And so
Okay.
remember, guys, you could literally write in the purchase contract addendum, this notary is going to be the notary on the close. So there are so many options, but because I've worked with so many realtors who didn't know this, I want to spend 5 minutes a day to let you guys know the benefits of not just using a random notary. And then I also wanted to make sure that you guys understood how the power hierarchy works. So I would love the opportunity to work with any of you guys because I want to be an extended member of your team. But again, if I can't, no worries. Just guys, don't be letting the title company choose anybody. I'm Z Nichols. I'm out. Deuces, right? Now, we go back into the course on the realtor section because I have a script on the emails that you should be sending.
Okay.
Remember, the goal is not to get their next closing. Okay, remember, the goal is to get their referrals to their title companies. And that should be an email. I give you a script on how to cut and paste that email. So, because remember, the golden goose isn't realtors, it's their title or attorney contacts. So how do you go from an introduction to a title or attorney recommendation? That's inside the course. So if you can't find that script, email me. I don't want to give away all the goods on a public live. But make sure you remember that the real golden goose isn't them. It's their recommendation to their go-to title company. That's the golden goose. And that email should be written a certain way that gets you back in there so you can walk right into the escrow or title company thing. So in conclusion, start with the benefits and with they have the power, and then the closes, whether it's me or somebody else, you should be working with a preferred notary. Don't make it feel like there's, because the truth is like this. If I'm trying to, if someone on here right now watching is not a student, to me it's like, I just want you to work with a notary coach. But there's so many of us. While I would love to be it, because that people don't like to be sold. And the truth is, I actually am impartial if they use me or somebody else. I just think everyone should get a coach. And that takes people off the defense if you're authentic about it. So my point is, end with some authenticity of like, look, whether it's me or somebody else, but guys, don't let the title company pick a notary you've never met. Like, what are you doing? Close with some authenticity of like, I'm not here to hard sell you. But if you have any questions about how the notary in the title closing process, hey, I'll be right back by my booth. Holler at your girl. Make sense?
Yeah. And I did 40 signings. I just checked since Friday. I was so happy. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Outwork Z Nichols.
I was just busy, so I'm going. Thank you, guys.
Go get him, girl. Let's go.
All right, later.
Bye. Oh
Bye.
my God. If you are LSS Nation, you know who Z Nichols is. She's inspiring. I mean, look, everybody has the same course. Not everybody does the same thing with it. And so what are you doing with it is my question. Because Z Nichols is crushing the business. 40 closings. What are you doing? That's my question. All right, cool. So let me go on with somebody else. I got this weird filter going on. There we go. All right, so let me do this. Let's go with a gentleman, Daryl Lucas. How is everybody doing today? Let's go. Scarlett, what's up? What's up?
I am so excited to get on.
That smile is everything. It is beautiful. Talk to me.
Thank you.
Tell me your name. I know it, obviously, then where you're from, and then let's have a conversation.
So my name is Charlotte James. I am in Texas. So
we got 2 Texans today. I love it. All right, girl. I am all yours. What can I help you with?
Wow, this is amazing. So thank you so much for all you do. I am now, so let me just do the rundown. My background is in legal. I've been a paralegal for more than 20 years, been a notary for more than 20 years, never even thought to cross over into this area.
Yeah.
So anyway, finished the LSS cert, NNA cert. I'm working on my RON, completing everything. That's really where I want to focus at. Got my background, did all of that.
Remember,
I'm just waiting for the certificate.
We do have a RON certification, loan signing system does. It's included in your purchase. We have a bunch of RON trainings with notarized DocuSign, sign. I mean, so many of them. So make sure you jump in that part. It's all part of your course.
Oh yeah, I've already started that. I'm almost finished that. But I wanted to, as I was going along, just do the requirements.
Yeah.
So I love what you were telling the gentleman about getting out of his head, the parasympathetic, sympathetic, and I do health coaching as well.
Girl, I was going to use those fancy words. but I'm like, how do I make it more streamlined? But yes, you understand it. You understand it for
Yeah,
sure.
so I get it. And it's important because people don't realize that that is important. If you're in that fight or flight, forget it. It's like your tiger's chasing you constantly.
That's right.
So anyway, my question is, first of all, thank you again. I appreciate that you not only do this for us, but you make it so that all of us are individual to you. And that's so, it blesses me. It really does. But my question is, so I want to focus on Ron. I feel like I'm doing some busy work.
Yeah, I appreciate you understanding
I
that.
do.
Girl, you were like,
I
keep going. Where have you been? I love this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing busy work, with all the Ron. I have other things going on, and I work a full time, 9 to 5. My goal is to transition out of that because I am getting ready to hit retirement, and I want to transition to that so I can control my own business time, all of that. So if I'm doing busy work in terms of the whole Ron, my thing is in my mind, let me get everything in place before I actually reach out to the loan signing services online. However, I have actually in the building when I'm in the office working, there was a title company right across the way. So I've already gone to them twice and took a little goodie bag, introduce myself and say, anytime. They're like, oh yeah, I remember you from last time. We appreciated that. I said, well, whenever you're ready, just let me know. And so I like that interaction, but at the same time, I really want the flexibility to be at home to do it on Ron. So my question is, am I wrong in trying to get everything set first before I actually reach out and sign up? Because I have the loan sign.
Hold on. I'm going to ask that question by having you answer your own question. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. I knew you knew the answer. Okay, so here's my coaching. This is the coaching I want to lay on you because I think what I love about entrepreneurs is that we have huge goals, massive vision, and we want to accomplish all of them now. That's why I love you. But as your coach, I got to curtail that energy and put in the right direction.
Yeah.
The biggest benefit or the biggest strength we have as entrepreneurs is also our biggest weakness. And so our biggest strength is we want to do 14 things right now. We have these goals and ambitions that are crazy. But what ends up happening is we have a bunch of half-dug holes.
Yeah.
You need to dig one hole deep before you start digging half-dug holes. So what I hear is a classic entrepreneur who has a bunch of half-dug holes. I want to do Ron. I want to do loan signings. I want to do this. My coaching you is pick one. I'm personally impartial, whether that's Ron, loan signings, apostille, whatever it is. But what you can't do is have a bunch of half-dug holes, and then you're going to be like, well, how come I'm not making money? And my answer to you is because you have a bunch of half-dug holes. Like, people don't want to work with someone who's only half in. People want to work with someone who's an expert, who's all in. And so I would challenge you to pick the hole, to keep with the analogy, pick the hole that you want to dig the deepest before you dig the next one. Okay. So if you want to do Ron, like, I would almost forget about everything else and do Ron. If you want to do loan signings, forget Ron. Just do loan signings. You want to do apostille, field inspections, estate planning. But the problem is I get students, who are hungry like you. And again, this is why you have a coach. My job is to kind of see the blind spots. The blind spot right now is not only are you doing busy work, you're almost doing too many holes you're digging. Pick one hole. Dig as deep as you can. I'm cool with busy work as long as it's in one hole, because at least it's leading somewhere. As much as I want you to be productive versus busy, if you're being busy doing loan signings, at least I know you're still digging the same hole. What you're doing is you're doing busy work across a handful of different ideas. So pick one. Now, while I am impartial, because everybody has their own journey, everybody has their own, like you said, you're about to go in retirement, everybody has their own goals. So while I'm impartial, what I will tell you is the most lucrative way to make money as a traditional loan signing agent. So I always think that should be the biggest hole people dig. Knowing loan signings like the back of your hand will make you a better real estate closing expert, if that's the next hole you want to dig. But I would just say, continue with the loan signing hole. Go all in. Go with the signing service. Because by the way, when you start reaching out to One Notary, Blue Notary, Notarize, it's the same pitch as calling a signing service. It's just as a remote online real estate closing expert. And so you get your work or reps through the traditional signing process. that will make you better as a Ron. And so I think a lot of times students come in like, oh, Mark, I want to do Ron. I'm like, you're missing the boat, because if you want to do Ron real estate closings, you still need all the knowledge of a traditional loan signing, because you're just taking it from paper based to cloud based, but you still need to know how to go over the note, the interest rate, the terms. You still got to learn how to pitch your business, because Notarize still has 5,000 other Rons in Texas. So how do you differentiate yourself? Is the same way you would differentiate yourself calling a signing service up in Texas. So if that is kind of your end goal, then get your reps through the more traditional side and then transition to your Ron side. But so many students are like, Mark, I want to do Ron, and they don't spend a lot of time in the LSS course, the heart and soul of it. And they call up Notarize, and they don't know how to call them the station. And I'm like, well, that's in the traditional side. So my coaching to you is I would dig the hole deep on the traditional loan signings, knowing that the next hole is going to be Ron. I'm cool with that. But I think loan signing builds on everything else. Like even if you can go to apostille, like you want to get your point and sign technique down for apostilles, but that should be perfected with the loan signing. And especially if you go to estate planning, same concept. You're point and signing in estate planning, but you can get your skill set honed where there's more opportunity. There's more opportunity with the loan signings than trust, Ron, apostille, but you can hone your skill set here and then start digging the next holes. Did that help, or did I just ramble?
No, you're fine. No, you did great. Yeah, and I kind of knew you were going to say that too, and I was like, I know what he's going to tell me. He's going to say focus on just the loan signing first, get your feet wet, which you did. But I needed that, because I think for me, just like, and I love what you tell other people. Entrepreneurs, this is not the first business that I've tried to start. I mean, I have a ministry, I have, another business, and, I do health coaching. So it's not the first one, but I want something that's going to be able to take me away from, first of all, this 9-to-5 that is crazy. But at the same time, be something that I like to do and enjoy. And I enjoy people. I enjoy, interaction. But yeah, so that I knew you were going to say that though. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Super smart. I sensed it. So I knew the answer. Here's what I'll say. So like, whether I'm going to teach you to build this business, but once you get the fundamentals, you'll be able to add that to your health business and your ministry, because business is business is business. The biggest thing you're going to learn from me when you go through the marketing stuff is I really teach a problem solution marketing. And so you can do that with health. You can do that with your ministry. Like, what's your problem? I'm going to make my business the solution. And so I'm going to teach you a lot of fundamentals, because look, the truth is business is business is business. I've just done the homework for you. Like, I've tried all the strategies, all the marketing. I found problems. I didn't invent problem solution, but I found that problem solution is the best for our industry. And most people will find that problem solution selling is good for healthcare. Big time. Right? It's finding their problems, figuring out what their problems are, and then spinning your service as that solution. And so as you go through this, Charlotte, my point is you're going to figure out, oh, I can apply that here. I can apply that there. One of our students was a 6-figure signing agent, went into the life insurance business, and just took all the principles that I taught him. And he literally said, Mark, everything you taught in LSS, I just applied here. And that's because the truth is business is business is business.
Yeah.
And I didn't make up these principles. I've just done the hard work on what principles work in our niche. And so just copy that, and then girl, you're going to take this to the moon.
Yeah. And it's interesting you talk about a niche, because when I started doing health coaching years ago, I've gone through cancer diagnosis. And so those are the people that my niche is for. So to help them kind of like, so everything that I've researched and learned is to help them now live their lives to thrive and not be so, and it's holistic. So it's not conventional, which a lot of people don't know about. I'm not doing a pitch here right now, but I'm just saying that, we need to know the whole picture. Give me all the information. Let me make my own decision. So what you're saying is great, because I can definitely transfer those same skills.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Because I teach you guys to be business owners, not signing agents. You're a business owner who happens to be a signing agent, right? You're a business owner who happens to be in health. You're a business owner who happens to be in ministry. But if you can realize that above all, fundamentals are fundamentals are fundamentals in business, you can apply it to everything and scale your business. And the truth is, the business fundamentals I learned as a notary, I applied to this coaching gig that I do.
Sure.
And so I just applied true fundamentals, and business is business, business. But girl, I am so glad you're here. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, and let's build to the moon.
I'm so excited to be on this journey with you, and I thank God that you have not only the energy, but I think you have the compassion to really see people do well for themselves and for other people, and that's what it's all about.
Girl, you're gonna make me cry.
So thank you.
You got me all teary-eyed, and
But it's true, and I think I'm just telling you what you tell us all the time, because I hear you and I'm like, where was he last Monday? I needed him, but I said, you know what? He's with his family. That's important. He needs to be with his family. As long as I didn't miss it, glad I got on now. But
I mean, I try to walk the walk. I'm human. I make mistakes, but I've been where everyone's been. I mean, my personal childhood journey's out there, and so I've been where you're at. I've been a struggling notary. I've been a struggling human. I'm still, trying to turn my trauma and triumphs. I think mental health is super overlooked. And so, someone like you who's been through the cancer process, like, it's like to think positive. You got to keep marching forward. And so I love that your purpose is with the health. And I just hope my purpose is trying to help people, like yourself, and see the other side, and we can be there. Cause I've been on the dark side, and I'm still working through the light. But if I can be one for others, then I'm happy,
And my motto is keep moving. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Thank you so much.
I'm giving you hugs just like that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
All right, bye.
Oh my gosh, what a great conversation. Look, I mean, the truth is this, and my biggest takeaway from that conversation with her is business is business is business. When you get that you are a business owner first and a signing agent second, everything falls into place. It's learning the fundamentals, applying the fundamentals, and being a business owner, not a signing agent. Oh my gosh, what an unbelievable day so far. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, did you want to get on and talk?
Yeah, this is Arlette.
Hi, Arlette. Tell me where you're from, and let's have a conversation.
I'm in Oregon, and I'm actually outside now because it's illegal to be inside when the sun's shining in Oregon. So
I love it. Talk to me.
I also want to say one thing about being excited. I mean about reframing is I recently heard that just to take that nerves you feel and say, I'm excited. And so I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. And so
let me give you another reframe. Let me give you another reframe.
Okay.
To me, nerves means I'm doing something right. Because if we weren't nervous, then we're not growing. We're not challenging ourselves. So when I feel nerves, I actually tell myself I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because we never feel nervous. What that literally means is we're never growing.
That's right.
We're not doing something new. So I love the reframe. Great conversations today. But what's up with you? How can I help you?
Yeah. Well, so I feel like I need to connect with Charlotte because I have a full-time job. I'm in like a similar situation. My job is in marketing, and what you said about we call it pain points, finding the person's pain points.
Problem solution. Exactly.
That is spot on. So I'm afraid my question might be really elementary because I haven't done a signing yet. I'm going on
such thing, girl. All right, you're good. Lay it on me.
It took me a while to get everything in place, my printer, my vehicle, my everything, and still trying to have time aside from my other work, which really keeps me busy. I think my main fear about going out to do a signing is after watching all the videos, I still have a hard time knowing. I'm afraid I'll notarize something that shouldn't be notarized or not notarized. Like there's so many signatures, and I still can't understand, even watching mock signings, which ones are notarized and which ones aren't. Is that going to be obvious?
Well, I'm going to answer that, but let me give you that because you talked about reframe. Let's keep reframing. Okay. So the first thing I would share with you is it's okay to make mistakes. Okay. Sometimes new signing agents get so wrapped into like, I gotta be perfect, that your perfectionism is preventing you from going. And perfection really is insecurity wrapped into a word that legitimizes us not doing something. So let me legitimize mistakes are okay. Taking accountability immediately and fixing them is what needs to happen. Okay. I don't want you to make a mistake, but I don't want you to feel like it's the end of the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just make sure I'm coaching you on that.
Okay.
Okay. Number two is on the same tangent here is experience is our best teacher. I think too many times new signing agents have this expectation that you got to be great at something you've never done. I'm like, how is that even possible? When you can accept that, look, I might make a mistake. My first signing might take 2 hours. I might make 8 phone calls
Mm-hmm.
because I'm new at something and that is okay, is when you become a little bit more easier on yourself. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
So reframe the process. See, unsuccessful people expect to be good at something they've never done.
Mm-hmm.
Successful people understand that experience is our best teacher.
Yeah.
We see the difference in those two state of minds there.
Yeah.
So remember, you just got to understand that, man, like if I make a mistake, that sucks, but it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the process. But remember, your expectation of being great at something you've never done is what's going to keep having you have these constant conversations. So be like, look, I'm brand new at something. If I make a mistake, that sucks, but I'll fix it. And I
Okay.
understand that experience is our best teacher. Did that land
Okay.
for you? Okay,
Yeah, it did.
cool. All right.
Okay.
Now, let me answer your question
Mm-hmm.
specifically because I didn't forget it.
Okay.
Um, the forms that need to be notarized will always be pre-printed with notarial verbiage. So you
Okay.
don't need to overthink it. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Your
Yeah.
job is to know what notarial verbiage looks like
Mm-hmm.
from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
When you see it, you notarize it. If it doesn't look familiar, you put an attachment, just like I teach in the course.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will end with is this: don't let the little things get
Okay.
you from getting out there, getting your experience.
Okay.
Okay? Because remember, experience is our best teacher. Every expert was a beginner at some point.
Yeah.
I've done 10,000 closings by career, literally, personally. But I started at number one 20 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
give yours, my lasting coaching to you is, and everybody is just give yourself grace.
Okay.
Mistakes are part of the journey. A 2 hour closing is part of the journey. Calling up the real estate agent 4 times in your first closing is part of the journey. And so if
Okay.
you can just give yourself grace on this journey, you're going to be amazing. You got LSS Nation commenting right now. Ashley Nicole saying, you got this. Like you do got this. Okay, Arlette? I'm
Okay.
here if you need anything.
Thanks.
The community is, and let's go.
Thanks,
All
Mark.
right. Bye. Oh my
Bye.
gosh. My best feedback for anybody, because I feel like her comment really resonated, her conversation really resonated. And remember, unsuccessful people have an expectation to be good at something they've never done. And so because you have this expectation, I should miss 0 signatures, 0 notarizations the first time I've ever done this. And because you have that expectation is why you don't do it. You need to understand that successful people realize experience is our best teacher. If you make a mistake, that's part of the journey. So get out there, take your reps. Out, girl.
Hey everybody,
How are
can you
you
hear me? Can you hear me?
doing?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can. Yes, I can. How you been?
I've been doing good. Yes, Mark, I've been FM, just not here all the time.
Hey,
But
you're back. I love
yes,
it. Tell me your name, where you're from. Let's have a conversation.
my name is Roslyn. I am from Yuma, Arizona, and I have been in the LS for about a year and a half member. But I just want to, it's no
Yeah.
question, it's
Yeah.
just more of experience that I've had this past
Okay.
2 weeks because I've
Here.
been really busy.
Yeah.
Um, so I just want to let everybody know mistakes happen. Believe me, I had a signing. It was a last minute signing. I accepted it. Seller package. I've done many of those, and I'm confident in those. But there was an error with my computer. It just was. Excuse me. It wasn't emailing. It wasn't sending because she wanted scans backs. Okay. And I just kept telling her it's not going through and sending pictures. Hey, let me do it another way. Time ran out, and when time ran out, as far as sending the docs, because they wanted it by 2 o'clock, it wasn't funded. Now, yes, the whole adrenaline of I failed, it was my fault. I accepted it, but then my thought process was, you know what? I should have got up. The second time I emailed it, it didn't go through. Go to FedEx and emailed it that way. Scan it, emailed it back. So
what I love
one,
about that real quick is you reframed a failure into a learning moment.
right,
And
right,
that's what successful people do. You didn't fail, you
right,
learned.
right,
And when
right.
we and that, by the way, lessens the gravity of what just went down. And
Correct.
so I appreciate you walking through that.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful
Mhm.
reframe. I feel like today's whole hour has been about reframing.
Right.
And it was really giving yourself grace, saying, look, I'm not gonna do that for my next
Hmm.
client. And I'm gonna be better because of this moment. And
Correct.
you are better because of it.
Now,
So
I did apologize
yeah,
to this woman I work with. I've worked with her before. Like I told, I've never had this problem, never had this issue, but for some reason it just wasn't happening. So I told myself, not her, but hey, if this happens to
yeah,
me again and I'm in this situation, get up, eat the $7, $6, scan them back,
yes,
email them, and docs are sent, and you don't miss that deadline.
yeah,
So I accepted it. It's something I've learned, and I want to share with other people. Even if you feel like you're in a certain circumstance and you feel that you have doubt, don't doubt yourself. You know what to do. There's resources out there. Facebook is out there. The LS community is out there. Believe me, I've had questions, and they've all answered them. So just by doing that and accepting it, I think, I put myself out there more. I'm getting more signings. I'm getting more people that that trust me and look for me. I'm getting emails by
yeah,
lenders. Hey, Roslyn, we have a signing. Are you available? And of course, so it's just putting the trust out there. Be professional
yeah.
about it. Yes, like you said, people make mistakes. We're going to learn from them. It's going to make us better for the next person. And if you are familiar with your lender or you do make a mistake, hey, I sincerely apologize. This is never going to happen again. Don't know what happened, but I'm here and I'm here to make it better. Plain and simple. So I've learned that, believe me.
I love it. Thank
And
you for
whatever,
helping everybody through it.
it's a
Normalizing that we
process.
are humans,
Yes,
normalizing mistakes happen.
yes,
You're like, look, I don't want anyone to make a mistake.
yes,
But if they happen, take
yes.
accountability, fix it
Right.
quick, learn from it so it doesn't happen again. That's
Yeah.
all. And that's why experience is our best. I could not have coached you on that.
No,
You
you
had
do.
to.
You coach every Monday.
Well, my point is sometimes experiences happen in real time
It
and
does.
everyone's going to have a unique journey. And so I cannot tell you every single thing that's going to
Right.
happen in the real world. I
Hmm.
can give you fundamentals and then you're just going to have to realize that experience are going to fill in the cracks.
Correct.
And don't get discouraged by
Yes.
it. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you, girl.
I did get I got another notification today to do a salary package for prison. Now, does it get me nervous? Yes, because you hear the word prison, but
Yeah,
I'm prepared to do it because I've done salary packages before.
yeah.
Am I confident to do it? Yes. $200, am I going to pass up? No,
Girl,
because you gave me the
prison
tools.
signings are easy
I
peasy, by
know,
the way.
I know they're easy, but when someone looks at, like you said, the perception of
Yeah,
it, they say, "Oh my God, prison! What am I doing? Am I gonna have to do it?" It's the same
yeah,
thing. You're just going to a prison.
yeah.
So again, I'm getting these things. I'm getting these offers, and I just have to push myself to be a little bit more confident and know that I'm gonna make a mistake, but I'm gonna recuperate
Right.
from it. And I
That
hope everybody else
right here,
does.
let me help you the reframe.
Yes,
Nail the reframe. Like you got to go into it saying, hey, if a mistake happens, I'm going to take care of it.
correct.
That is it. It's the if,
Yeah,
and it's not that I'm going to make one. It's if it happens,
right.
I'm a professional. Like
Hmm.
my name is on my front of
Right,
my business.
right,
Like I'm here to
right.
hold. There's nothing more powerful than me being behind my name. So I know
Yeah,
you're going to take care of it.
yeah.
And so it's if it happens, I'm on it. I don't anticipate it, but I'm not going to beat myself up if it
Right,
occurs. And
right.
so that's where I think the growth of you has occurred. Thank you for
Hmm.
that experience share with everybody
Hmm.
on your day.
Hmm.
And girl, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I hope
All right,
everybody hears
bye. What
everything.
an
Bye.
incredible afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. I'm out of here. I do have a mentorship training this Thursday for all your loan signing system students. It's all included with your training, so make sure you sign up for it this Thursday, 1 o'clock with me, Pacific time. Zoom link will be inside the Facebook group. I'm out of here, but I'm going to end with this because I end every single live with the exact same thing, and it's that I believe in you. And you're like, Mark, you don't even know me, man. Well, no, I do know you because I know we're cut from the same cloth. Only 10% of America are entrepreneurs. 90% of this country works for 10%. Only 10% of us are brave enough to start our own business. Only 10% of us believe in ourselves enough to take a risk on ourselves. So when I say I believe in you, it's because I want to make sure you remember you're already courageous, you're already brave, you're already a risk taker. You gamble stuff. You're so amazing. So when you feel those nerves, you got to remember I am amazing. I am a risk taker. I can do something 90% of America will not do, and that's believe in themselves. So when I say I believe in you, it's because it's the truth. But like I say every single time, I believe in you so much. But I cannot believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Let's go! Have a good week, everybody. I'll see you on the mentorship training.